The sun dipped low, painting the jungle in fiery streaks of orange. Ino's breath came in quick gasps as she leaned against the rough bark of a tree. Hours had passed since she lost the trail, and fear gnawed at her chest. Her clothes were damp with sweat, her backpack felt heavier with every step, and her legs trembled from exhaustion. But fear wasn't her only companion, the eerie silence of the jungle was. No bird sang. No rustle of leaves comforted her. Instead, a cold, unnatural stillness surrounded the place, as if the forest itself was watching her. Suddenly, snap! A twig cracked behind her. Ino froze. Her heart thundered in her ears. Slowly, she turned, expecting the gleam of an animal's eyes. Instead, a figure stepped into view. A tall young man with sharp features, dark messy hair, and piercing eyes. He was dressed in a rugged black tracksuit, a little dirty from the wilderness, but his presence carried a strange, undeniable strength. Ino took a step back, clutching her bag straps tightly. Who are you?" she demanded, trying to sound brave. The boy raised his hands in peace. "Relax. I'm not going to hurt you. My name's Daniel. And I think, you're just as lost as I am." His voice was calm but tired, and his eyes carried the same weariness she felt in her own bones. For a long moment, they just stared at each other, two strangers, stranded in a place that seemed determined to break them. Finally, Daniel stepped closer. "You shouldn't be alone out here. Wild animals hunt when the sun goes down." Almost on cue, a distant growl rumbled through the trees. Ino's blood ran cold. She wanted to argue, but survival screamed louder than her pride. "Fine," she whispered. "But I'm not trusting you completely." Daniel smirked faintly. "Fair enough." Together, they moved through the jungle. The path was rough, roots tangled around their feet, and thorny vines scraped their arms. But walking side by side, something shifted. The fear felt a little less heavy. When the darkness grew thicker, Daniel suggested they search for shelter. After what felt like endless wandering, they stumbled upon a small cave, hidden behind a curtain of vines. It was barely big enough for the two of them, but it was dry and safe from predators. Inside, Daniel gathered sticks while Ino used the little lighter she carried. After several frustrating attempts, a spark finally caught. The firelight flickered against the cave walls, pushing back the shadows. Ino sighed in relief, warming her hands near the flames. "I thought I'd freeze out there." Daniel sat across from her, his sharp eyes softened by the glow. "You did good bringing that lighter. Without it, we'd be in trouble." For the first time since she'd gotten lost, Ino felt a faint sense of safety. But as the fire crackled, she noticed Daniel watching her, not in a threatening way, but with quiet curiosity, as if he too was searching for answers in her face. "Why are you here?" she finally asked. Daniel leaned back against the stone wall, shadows brushing across his face. "Same reason as you, I guess. I wanted to start fresh. But the jungle, it doesn't let anyone leave so easily." Ino frowned. "What do you mean?" He didn't answer immediately. Instead, he tossed a stick into the fire. The flames roared higher, painting the cave in gold. "You'll see," he said softly, almost like a warning. The night dragged on with the crackle of fire and the occasional distant howl of unseen creatures. Both were exhausted, but neither could truly rest. Something about this forest felt wrong. Too cold. Too alive. As Ino's eyes fluttered shut, she realized one thing: she wasn't alone anymore. And though Daniel was a stranger, his presence gave her hope. A fragile hope, in a place where survival was already beginning to feel like a gamble.